Winter has officially got over as we celebrated Basant Panchami. We are moving towards the warmer temperature now, and you might have seen changes in your plants with growth signs as well, right? And it's time to welcome a spring now, and in a spring season, that is the February season, we have a lot of activities to be done in the garden. So today, I will discuss a list of activities that has to be performed in February itself if you want plants with more growth and more flowers in upcoming season, which is summers and monsoon. Let's check out the list. Welcome back, friends. I'm Swati, and you're watching Backyard Gardening.
The first very important thing that you should do now is cleaning your garden thoroughly. With the changing weather, plants shed their yellow leaves, making the garden clumsy. So collect all the dried leaves scattered all around. Also collect all the yellow leaves from the plants. This will help your garden look neat and clean. And remember not to throw these collected yellow and dried leaves. Instead, you can use them for your plants in two ways. First, you can use these dried leaves to mulch your plants. This will help to retain moisture in the soil for longer, and over the period of time, with watering, these dried leaves will get rotten and it will turn into compost, which will be good for your plants. And the second use of these dried leaves is you can make leaf compost out of it, which is rich in nitrogen, ideal for all leafy vegetables and ornamental plants. So don't throw these collected dried leaves. Weeding is another important activity that has to be done now, as it's the time for plants growth, so it's important to remove all the weeds from the garden or pots so that weeds won't suck all the nutrition which is added for the plants. And after weeding, remember one more thing that you have to do is tilling up the soil, which will help in aeration to the roots and better sunlight penetration into the soil. But make sure you do it very gently without damaging the roots of the plant. Coming to the next important thing that we cannot miss now is fertilizing your plants. Spring and monsoon are ideal season for fertilizing your plants, being the growth season for plants, especially perennials. They need extra nutrition to grow for their upcoming flowering and fruiting season, which is summer and monsoon. You can add fertilizers in two ways. First is adding a small amount of fertilizer to the pot directly after tilling up the soil. You can add vermicompost or cow dung manure, anything, but don't use it in excess as it can burn the plant. Always choose just one or two handful of compost, not more than that for a pot. Second method is remove at least 2 to 3 inches of top layer soil from the pot and then mix it well with compost and then fill it back to the pot. And always water your plants thoroughly after fertilizing. Don't miss this step. Otherwise, your plants will get burnt, especially if it is very hot and sunny in your area. Next, very important work for this season is pruning. You need to hard prune all your winter plants as their flowering season is over. Soft pruning is required for upcoming season plants, especially summer or monsoon plants like bougainvillea, rangoon, jasmine, hibiscus, etc. Pruning makes a plant bushier with more branches, and more branches means more flowers and more fruits. Another important work that you should do now is grow plants from cuttings. February brings favorable weather conditions for plants growth. It's neither too cold nor too hot. So it's ideal time for plants to grow from their cuttings. In February March, you can grow many plants from their cuttings, such as hibiscus, bougainvillea, chandani. These plants are ideal to be grown in this season. Next comes repotting, for which February March is the perfect time. With the favorable weather conditions, spring and monsoon are perfect season for any plants repotting. So if you see any plant with which has overgrown the pot or its root has come up on the top of the soil, so you can repot them in this season. So as you can see, this plant has outgrown the pot and it needs repotting. So I'll show you how to repot it to the bigger size pot using fresh potting mix. So first of all, remove the plant along with the soil gently from the pot without damaging it. Now remove the excess soil from all the sides and loosen its roots as well without damaging it. And now I'll show you how to prepare potting mix, as we'll need more soil for the bigger pot, right? While repotting any plant along with the fresh soil, we add some nutrition also, compost also for the plant's growth, right? So I'll be showing you the basic preparation of potting mix, which is ideal for almost all kind of plants. So always choose 50% garden soil, soil which is available in your area, in your garden. Just pick up that soil and take 25% of Cocopeat, which helps in making the mix lightweight also, and it helps in retaining moisture for longer. Then take 25% compost. You can choose vermicompost or cow dung manure, anything. Mix it all together and your uh, perfect potting mix is ready. If you are repotting any fruit plant, then I would suggest you to add some neem cake powder as well. Now fill the pot with this potting mix and keep the plant at center, adding more mix from all the sides and make it intact so that it doesn't fall off or it is not loose. Then water it thoroughly and make sure you keep the pot in shade for a couple of days, because if you'll keep the plant in sunlight after repotting, the plant will go into shock and your plant will start drying up. So always remember, after repotting you have to keep the plant in shade and make sure the soil is moist always. Coming to the next important work for this season. In winters usually we keep all the potted plants at most sunniest place in the garden, right? But with the increased sunlight in next few weeks, few plants need to be shifted to partial shade. So this is the time when we need to shift potted plants to the sunniest or shade area as per their sunlight requirement. Plants like hibiscus, jasmine, bougainvillea, rangoon, etc. needs maximum sunlight, while philodendron, alocasia, dumpkin, areca palm, they needs to be shifted to the partial shade area. Next very important thing is seed selection or selecting a plant before buying. It's essential to know their growing season. Remember, in gardening or farming, with the change in season, that is the transition phase of weather, we always make preparation for the upcoming season. That means now in February, March, we will prepare our garden for summer and monsoon. So if you're planning to grow summer vegetables, then you must start now in February, March itself. Same goes with summer flowering plants also. And make sure you never buy plants or seed of the season which is over. For example, don't buy marigold or dahlia plants now, even if you get them at cheaper price, because its season is over. So soon your plant will die. Instead, buy hibiscus, rangoon, jasmine, bougainvillea plants which will bloom throughout summer and monsoon. Next very important thing that you should do now is adding a layer of mulch to your plants, especially those plants which need frequent watering. Mulching helps in retaining moisture for longer, and you can try two methods to mulch your plants. First, you can add a layer of dried leaves collected from your garden, and this will slow down the evaporation of water and you don't have to water your plants frequently. Also, over the period of time, this will turn into compost, adding nutrition to your plant. And the second method is you can use sphagnum moss to mulch your pots. This holds moisture for longer as compared to the dried leaves. And these are easily available online. I have shared the link. You can buy it and use it in your potted plants. I have a detailed video on mulching. Please do check it to know more about it. Last but not the least, something that you can't ignore is controlling pests and diseases in your garden. With the change in weather, pests also get very active. Whether it's indoor plants or outdoor plants, you need to have a look at your plants carefully and observe them. If you find any infestation, make sure to treat them properly, else they will spread to other plants also. I would recommend using organic pesticides such as neem spray or 3G spray. I have videos on how to prepare organic pesticides for your plants, and I have shared the links also. You can check it and use them for your plants.
I hope you find today's video helpful. Please do perform these activities right in February itself if you want to get heavy blooms in your plants and good growth in upcoming season, which is summers and monsoon. That's all for today, and I'll come up soon with one more interesting video. See you.